from isolation. So what I'm going to be going through today is the JobKeeper eligibility. Now, we're actually going to be using a Xero report to help our clients understand if they're eligible. And so what we're actually asking you to do is to think about the forecast period. So as a brief note, the JobKeeper periods, there's 3 test periods you can use. March 2020 actual to March 2009 actual, projected April 2020 to April 2019 actual, or for the 3-month period of April, May, June 2020, those projected numbers compared to the actuals for April, May and June 2019. Now, the tax office is going to check that your projections have been made in good faith and that they're reasonably accurate. So for example, if you're projecting a 50% drop in revenue, remember the benchmark is 30%, and you happen to have a 70% drop in revenue, that's fine. You're going to have no issues with the ATO using clawback provisions. Where you are going to have trouble is if you say that you're predicting that you're going to have 70% of your previous, so you've got your 30%, but actually your revenues only drop by 10% during one of these test periods, then you may be looking like the ATO is going to claw back those JobKeeper payments. So it's really important that our clients have a lot of confidence in the eligibility. Okay, so, all right, I've already been into once by small children. So the first thing that we're going to ask you to do is to get yourself a nice refreshing beverage. Your choice. I'm going for a jumbo-sized Asahi here. Okay, now we're going to sit back and crunch some numbers, people. Okay, so what Vita and I have done is we've actually designed a report that's going to sit in your Xero file. And there we go. Right, interruption number 2 is done. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have a custom report. So once your Xero file is all reconciled, we're going to pretend that's reconciled here. We're using a demo company here. Now, you can't see this report because this is only going to be available to us, but I'm going to show you what we're doing so you understand why I'm about to ask you to do a budget. Okay, we have an extra tab as Xero Advisors. It says Advisor. This is where we have all of our custom reports here. And we have made this beautiful little JobKeeper test period report. What this does is it automatically picks up all of the periods that we're assessing, and then it's also going to pick up the actuals as time evolves, and we're going to publish this and we're going to have this documented so we have your asses all covered and you feeling confident. All right, so what happens here, you can see in this demonstration, we have a demo company. They have sales. They also have a retail store here. Now we've got some other income. Now this income isn't included for the assessment purposes. Technical thing, they're using what's looked at for GST supplies. So the COVID cash flow boost is excluded, interest income, taking that out. So sale of goods, we're looking here, we've got our March 9 actuals, retail, and here we've got our actuals for 2020, okay? April 2020, and then we're actually pulling in budgeted numbers. This is quite a wide report. So these are all the relevant periods that we need to look at tests. But when we scooch all the way over to the right, we have these percentages here, okay? Now, I'm looking at this number here. See how this is negative 282,000? Where? It's a huge drop in revenue. Got a huge drop in revenue. This, not so much. Why is that? There's a few things we're looking at, okay? Because we're looking at these budget periods, we actually need to have some budgeted numbers in here, okay? So, what we need you guys to do is to be giving us these budgeted numbers, okay? So our April budget and April to June here. Then actually look at these test periods and see how much of a drop we've got, okay? All right, so let's jump in and I'll show you how we're going to do that. Okay, so in accounting, under reports, what we want is there's actually a budget feature You may not have used this in the past. Some of our clients do, some don't. Depends where we're in our personal journey. So for all of the clients, this information is the same. We're going to manager here. Okay, select overall budget. The start is going to be April. Sorry, just wait for the internet to catch up. Drop down box is working. Hold on, I'll just pause the loom. Okay, so on these drop down boxes, just had to refresh my page. What you want is to be April 2020. We want 3 months of actuals and we want a period of 3 months. Now I'm going to update this and you'll see why. Okay, so this is the actual performance and this is where I want to put in my budget. Okay, so April budget. Now, in this scenario, I'm thinking about this particular business scenario. They have a retail store which has had to shut due to physical distancing measures. Okay, so we're going to have zero income here. Now, predicting that maybe we're going to have a slight decrease in these sales. Okay, then we assume people are going to be staying home even more. Now this business has a lot of seasonality, so it always tends to slow down over the winter periods. So that's something to consider with your business. What are the seasons? Do you have times where you have more sales, less sales because of the time of the year? How is coronavirus going to impact that? Also considering if you're a business that has stock. If you have massive delays with stock and you don't actually have any stock that you're able to sell, that's also going to be impacting your sales. Now, Vita and I can talk you through some of the things that are unique to your business, but this is really thinking about what you know and what you generally expect that you would be getting in. And this is going to be different for every business. Okay, so I might say, right, well, June is traditionally a slower month considering coronavirus, less stock. Actually, maybe I'll assume that's going to be 15,000. All right, now we want our clients to do that for every income line. I don't care about anything else, leave those blank, hit save. The reason why we want that is now when Vita and I meet with you, we are actually going to be running that jobkeeper report again. So we're going to do this twice for clients. We're going to do it once when we're assessing eligibility, and we're going to do it again when June year end is closed. So we've actually got the actual numbers in there. Okay. All right. So you can see this retail, I projected 0 sales here, but you can see here, these are the numbers that I've filled out there. So that is then going to give us some of these around what our reduction is going to be. So we highly recommend that you, even if you don't feel confident with the numbers there, have a go. Really think about what it is that your business does, the seasonality, the trends, how much stock you've got, the locations, capacity of staff to work as well if you've got a consulting business, because we're all trying this working from home and educating kids things. But that, in a nutshell, is how to do the budgeting in your Xero file to help us determine if you are going to be eligible for JobKeeper for both employees and if you're a sole trader or a business owner, and for you. And then we're going to publish these bad boys and keep them on file. All right, great night. Enjoy the rest of your drink. You earned it.